Well, the Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi joins us on the line now. MEC, thank you very much for your time tonight. The first question I guess everyone wants to know, who on earth is doing this?
Thanks, Francis. We are indeed taken aback. We wish we can answer that question. But we really believe the law enforcement agencies will assist us. We just have to find why people can do this. I mean, to ban almost 5 schools within a week and attempt to ban almost 22 across the province since the lockdown was introduced, it's a sorry state of affairs. And we had a discussion with the SGBs and community members this afternoon. We also had a session with law enforcement agencies. We are quite convinced that we'll crack this one.
Sure, it's incredible. We know there are clusters. So 4 schools in Soshanguve and Tshwane have been torched. Where are the others? Are they close enough for this to be one group that is operating?
We suspect it's one group. We really suspect that it's a syndicate that is targeting our schools because the modus operandi are the same. For example, they're targeting the net center for all our schools, which is the admin block. This is the heartbeat of each and every school. Why people are then targeting that admin block? If all the schools, the 4 schools that have been touched in a week, all of them, the admin centers have been targeted. Secondly, they don't take anything. They just ban the school. If they were removing either expensive things, we would say people were targeting expensive things and therefore they want to steal. Thirdly, all these things happen between 3 o'clock and 3:30 in the morning. So it's quite clear that it's people that know during that particular period is quite people are sleeping. So we really believe that there's a group of people that have an intention to effect maximum damage to the department. And we are asking ourselves why and what is it that they're looking for, what is it that they're demanding, because they're not sitting on any memorandum of any disgruntled group that says the department is not assisting us. It's not assisting them.
This is absolutely incredible. How many schools have been completely destroyed or lost to those communities?
23.
Sure. Okay, so all out of operation. Is there any option to put guards up? I know this is talking about huge resources, but to get people guarding those schools day and night at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well, the mystery is that even schools that have high security have been broken into during this period. Schools that have security guards, schools that have alarms, schools that have CCTVs, they've not been spared this kind of act. So we're strengthening that. That is why we said to the police, step up their patrols, especially during the early hours of the morning, because that's where we're getting things. Unfortunately, today in Tembisa, at Tembisa High School, they managed to find somebody and get inside the school premises moments ago with an intention to do damage as well. So we are hopeful that particular individual will sing, and the police will get as much information from him as possible.
So that's a potential breakthrough then?
I suspect so. Until it's interrogated, I think we just have to wait for the police to indicate whether this particular individual is part of the syndicate or this is an isolated incident.
You have called on the security cluster to protect schools. Are you getting the response you'd like to see from the security cluster, from the police?
Francis, to be quite frank, yes. We are quite aware that the law enforcement agencies are overstressed during this period. We are in the one lockdown. We have never had this kind of lockdown before in our country, so everyone is experimenting. So the police are overstressed because they have to push people to go inside their houses, they have to monitor many things. But since we have made a call that we are under attack, we really need their services. The MEC for community development joined us today, the law enforcement agencies at all levels, from the investigators, the intelligence community and everyone, they were with us today. So we're quite convinced that they're taking this matter serious. And they will crack it soon, because if we can't, it means that all of us are in a panic mode now. We have to issue a communique to all our schools to remove expensive things and store them offsite, because we don't know who's next and we don't know what's their intention. So we have said through our HOD that all our schools must be notified. Just go back to our schools, remove expensive things, ensure that they're stored offsite, so that when these criminals hit, they must not hit us badly.
Finally, does this make you feel a little helpless as an MEC? These cowards, like you've called them, are taking advantage of this lockdown to wreak absolute havoc.
Indeed, Francis, we feel helpless because we don't understand why. I mean, who in their right mind, will be in a position to ban a school? For what purpose? If they are taking something, we'll say, perhaps they're trying to steal something. They're not even taking anything. So we are puzzled, and we really believe that at one stage, the law enforcement agencies must assist us so that we can really lock up this particular individual. They don't deserve to live amongst us, and they don't deserve to be amongst our community. They deserve to be in prison and to stay there forever.
The whole nation is puzzled. That was Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi, and more than 20 schools in Gauteng have been vandalized or torched, more than 20 targeted in what could be syndicate attacks.